coming to you live from Studio F in Russia, Ohio. It's the Fish Report Live Show with your hosts, Craig Fissinger and Ken Francis.
Live. Welcome to Fish Report Live, everyone. I'm Craig. That's Ken. It's Wednesday, September 19th, 2012. And Ken, last week we were talking boys sports. We talked boys golf. We talked boys cross country. We interviewed all kinds of boys. Tonight it's girls' night, isn't it?
It is girls' night. We call it ladies' night here on the show.
Ladies' night.
And, we got girls golf for you tonight. We got some volleyball later on. We got some great golf interviews. A big headline interview with Coach Doug Borchers of the Russia Lady Raider Golf Squad. So just a lot of fun ahead of us tonight.
Yeah, and two guys that know a lot about girls sports that are going to be helping us out tonight are back there in the booth, and that's TK and Heavy D. Guys, why don't you say hi to the viewers again tonight?
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys. Glad to be back, and just want to thank you for letting me out in the field to do the interview the other night, and I'm proud of what I did.
Well, you know what? I got a glimpse of that interview, and, our viewing audience is in for something special tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to everything. But before we do that, Ken, we got to get to that weekly trivia question. I counted up before the show. I'm 2 for 3 this year so far. I'm going to go 3 for 4, I think, tonight. What do you got?
You're 2 for 3, but last week, Craig, you got to admit, you got a lot of help from the social media.
Yeah, I did, but I'm 2 for 3. That's the way
you are.
It's 2 for 3 in the book.
You're 2 for 3.
Right.
So here's this week's question. And when was the last year that a MAC school did not win a high school state championship? When was the last year a MAC school did not win a state championship?
In any sport?
Any sport.
Okay.
During a 1-year period, when was the last year they did not win? Is it A, 2003? Is it 1992? Or is it 1981?
3 choices.
3 choices. 2003, 1992, or 1981?
I actually looked this up once before, but for some reason I can't remember the answer. But I'll give it some thought, and if any viewers out there can help me, social stream me, text me, give me a little bit of help here.
Well, good luck.
All right. Well, anyway, let's get to the sports we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to start out with girls golf. And Ken, I actually saw some history on Monday night. Went over to Echo Hills Golf Course there in Piqua and saw a record-breaking performance, didn't I?
Yes, you did. I was unfortunately I could not make it with you. We sent our co-advisor Ross along to do the videotaping, and I was awful glad we were able to be there to show the support for the Lady Raider golf team. And what an outstanding performance they put on, led by Morgan Doherty's 41, Angie Molenkamp's 45, Alexa Council's 48, and a 52 turned in by Taylor Borchers, set a new Russia school record.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about that record-breaking performance in just a little bit with Coach Borchers when we get him on the line. But first, let's check out some video that we got from Monday night. And I talked to a few of them girls, and I actually asked them if they were surprised with their performance this year so far and just exactly what's leading to their success. So check this out.
I am surprised because we lost to our Borchers, and we kind of thought that she was our good senior, and I didn't think that anyone would really make up for it. But I think we've been doing really good because we've got some consistent players, and you know that even if you have a bad hole or a bad round, one of your teammates will probably make up for it because we're pretty consistent. So I think it's very reassuring to know that.
It is kind of surprising, last year was 3 of the seniors' first year golfing, so we weren't expecting much for this year, but it's been going really well. Because we've been working over the summer, had our summer days that we just went out and hit a few balls just to stay loose.
Yes, I am definitely surprised. It's probably because us seniors have more experience. This is our second year. We're not so fresh like we were last year. So we're really able to improve a lot this year.
Yeah, I am surprised. We're doing pretty good. And our beautiful Coach Doug Borchers is the reason. Yeah.
We also asked the girls what they enjoy so much about the sport of golf.
It's a great sport because, even if you have a bad day, your teammates are still, there for you, and we just, we have a lot of fun, and we laugh a lot, and we make jokes, and if you come in with a good score, everyone's really supportive and happy for you, and it's just a lot of fun with my teammates.
I don't know, it's fun. It's really, social. You get to talk to people a little bunch, and it's not so, intense as some of the other sports.
It's just a lot of fun being out on the course with your friends, and you can set goals and try to improve and beat your records.
Okay. I like it because you can go on and play it after high school. It's like a lifelong thing. You can play it when you're 70 years old.
Ken, it looks like they're enjoying their success, doesn't it?
They are. It looks like they're having a lot of fun. And, one of the girls even called their coach beautiful. Now, I know their coach, and I don't know if I'd go that far. He's a great guy, and he's a great golf coach, and he's a lot of fun. But, Coach Borchers is doing a great job with him.
All right. Well, we'll find out how beautiful he is. I think we got him on the phone right now. He's the head coach of the Lady Raiders, and that is Coach Borchers. Coach Borchers, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. What an honor to be on the world-famous Fish Report Live.
What's we heard you're beautiful. Ken here doesn't necessarily agree with that.
I don't either.
All right. Well, listen. First of all, congratulations on a fantastic season so far. I got to ask you, first question: did you predict this kind of success at the beginning of the season?
Well, I can't honestly say I thought of them too right now, but yeah, I knew these girls were going to have a good year when I saw their approach the first week of the season. They set some team goals they wanted to accomplish. They lived what they needed to do to accomplish those goals, and I got to tell you, they've been laser focused on them. They set some pretty high goals. They wanted to set 9-hole and 18-hole school records. They did it. They wanted to finish the top tier during the invitationals. They did that and even won one of them. And they picked some certain programs they wanted to beat, and they've beaten every one of them. So they worked hard in practice on their weaknesses. They made themselves better, so that's led to a lot of their success.
All right. Well, why don't you, for those of us or those out there that aren't familiar with your team, why don't you tell us a little bit about your girls and who you have?
We got 3 senior captain players. They're all in their second year. Gia Barloggy, Alexa Counts, Angie Mollenkamp. They've had some great leadership for our team. They've kept us focused on our goals. There's 2 junior players. They're both in the third year. That's Morgan Doherty and Taylor Borchers. Morgan has set both the 18-hole and the 9-hole school records for us. And we've had 2 first-year players. They've amazed me how they've come to speed quickly and brought their game up to a competitive level. Junior Caleb Plyman and freshman Alicia George. Any of you play golf know it's not an easy game to find a groove. These girls are there just a couple of months.
Coach, this is Ken. And one thing about golf, you don't see all the bleachers full of fans like you do during a volleyball or basketball game, or a bunch of fans cheering for you on a cross-country meet. In a golf sport, it's there's not a whole lot of spectators. What motivates your kids to do so well and to break records and to want to get out there and get after it?
Well, like you said, it's more of an individual sport, like track or cross-country. But this group plays the sport like a team. They're always picking their teammates up, supporting each other. They share in each other's success. They celebrate like a team. They've had some balance. We've been consistent. Most schools usually have 1, maybe 2 golfers who lead them every match. We've had 5 different medalists in matches this year. So any given night, one girl has an off night, the rest is there to pick her up. So I'd say motivating factors are hitting their goals they've set and supporting each other so the team has the success.
Tell us a little bit about girls golf in this particular area. Who are some of the better traditional teams in girls golf?
Well, not every school has a girls golf team, probably maybe a little more than half do in the area. When you get to the CCC and the MAC, almost every school has one. But around this area, the historically strong programs are Versailles, Minster, Fort Loramie, Covington. And, I thought about the interesting and one common thread is that the longevity of the girls coaches of those schools, they've built those programs in a system. And I think if you talk to any successful coach in any sport, you think about Paul Bremagen, Bill Sturwald, Doug Foster, Al Hedrick, whoever you want to talk about, they'll tell you that the kids buy into the system's critical. So, our girls aspire to compete with schools like Loramie, Minster, Versailles, who have the historically good programs. We want to get there someday.
Well, congratulations on your success this year, Doug. Do you have a certain philosophy that you like to approach the girls with, or is it just kind of go out there and hit it straight and practice your short game and see what happens?
Well, when we're talking about coaching philosophy, it's not my philosophy; it's our coaching philosophy. I've been blessed with an awesome volunteer assistant this year in Terry Doherty, and Terry and I think a lot alike when it comes to young players being successful in golf. We're both somewhat conservative golfers. We talk a lot about risk reward. We say, why hit that driver over the hazard area when you can take less club, play it safe, go for a bogey instead of getting a triple or quadruple bogey that might hurt our team score if you took those chances. We take some holes and we divide them up. We take some par 4s, talk about playing them like a par 5, tell them 5 should feel like a par when you play this hole. So I'd say we coach course management as much as we do the swing itself. The girls set their team goals. They understand what it takes to hit those goals, and once they buy in and everybody commits to it, it's really just reinforcing them after that. The girls have been amazing. They're working on the weaknesses, making themselves and the team better.
Hey, Coach, one more question before we let you go. It sounds like you really know your golf, and I know that you like to personally hit the links yourself occasionally. If I'm a betting man, you versus Morgan Doherty, who do I put my money on?
Well, I got to tell you, that's an easy one. Craig, after watching her Monday night at Echo Hills, she finished holes 2 through 9 in even par. She had 1 bogey, 6 pars, and a birdie. There's no doubt where my money goes. I felt like I was watching Tiger make a charge in one of the majors. It was a neat thing to watch. So there's your answer right there.
Well, that's great stuff, and I want to say best of luck to you the rest of the season, and I want to thank you for joining us on the show here tonight, Coach Borchers.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
For appearing on tonight's show, we're sending Coach Borchers a gift certificate to Frisch's Big Boy Francis, Frisch's Big Boy sandwich. Coach Borchers, what's your favorite thing?
You guys are nuts.
All right. Well, that was the head coach of the Lady Raiders, Coach Doug Borchers. Ken, awful nice of him to take a few minutes to talk to us tonight.
Yeah, I know he's a busy man. He works a lot of hours. He finds time to belong to a lot of organizations, and he's just a great community man. And not only that, he's putting his time and hours in for coaching girls golf. So, Doug, thanks a lot. And truthfully, that's awful special of you to put the time in like that, as do all the coaches. But I know how busy you are, so thanks a lot.
Yeah, he's taken a sport there, Ken, that I really didn't know much about and have learned quite a bit about here just in the last several weeks. And nothing helps you learn more about a sport than when your team's successful and everyone's getting excited about it. So it's going to be fun to watch those girls and see how they do with the sectional tournaments actually coming up next week.
Next week it is, so we'll see what happens.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our golf talk. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to be talking a little volleyball, and we got a couple special reports from our guys in the booth, TK and Big Dog. So, Big Dog, Heavy D. So stay tuned for that. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the second half of Fish Report Live. Ken, I've been wanting to ask you, there's a hat sitting here on the table, and I'm not sure what it's for.
Let me tell you about that hat, Craig. I'm going to start a new game tonight. For all of our listeners out there, you'll notice it's a Rushi hat sitting right here. What we're going to do is when somebody sends us a hat, somebody sends a hat to Fish Report Live, we're going to put that hat right here in between us, and we'll take the Russia hat out. So if it's a Versailles hat or a Fort Loramie hat or an Anna Rocket hat or a West Liberty hat or a Custom Foam Products hat, Dickman Supply hat, it could be anything. So whenever we get a hat from somebody, we'll replace the Russia hat with it, and that'll be the hat of choice for the week.
And they get free advertising for the whole show, huh?
They get free advertising for the whole show.
Not a bad deal. Did you just come up with that tonight?
We just came up with that. I thought it was a great idea.
All right. It sounds like a good idea. If I had a hat out there, I'd probably send it in. So.
We'll see if it works.
All right. Well, the first half of the show, Ken, we were talking about girls golf. We're going to move on to girls volleyball right now. And let's talk about the SCL. It's pretty tight right now, isn't it?
The SCL is very tight right now. You know, you got a 4-team battle, 4 teams all within one game with Russia and Fort Loramie both at the top on 5-1. Jackson Center and Anna both on 4-2. So, you know, it's really tight up in near the top of the standings. The first round was interesting, seeing Fort Loramie win at Russia. And then the other night, just last night, battle of 2 teams with one loss, saw Fort Loramie knock off Anna in actually fairly easy fashion. Yeah,
well, our own TK actually went to that game, and he was there for the big showdown between Anna and Fort Loramie. He knew one of those teams was going to not be in first place at the end of the night. He decided he was going to go interview the winning team, and so that's exactly what he did. So why don't we check out the video and the interview TK did with the winning coach, Coach John Rodgers from Fort Loramie.
This is TK for the first report. We're in Fort Loramie tonight for the game between Fort Loramie Redskins and the Anna Rockets in varsity volleyball here in Shelby County League Sports. Tonight we're lucky enough to have Coach John Rodgers with us after the game, as Loramie took this one not in easy fashion, but pretty solid 3-0 win over the Rockets. So, Coach, congratulations on the good win.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty typical Shelby County League battle between Anna and Fort Loramie, or Russia or Jackson Center, whoever we're playing. You're going to expect these battles every time you play.
Look like tonight, obviously you got a solid team all the way around, but Brandwee and Higglefors seem to have a pretty good game. Are they who usually brings you guys up and has a lot of your points?
Yeah, they, one of the things that we work on is with our setters is being consistent across the board, feeding it around. We want to get, equal sets to everybody so everybody, can score, because we do have that many hitters that can score, and she did a nice job tonight going to the hot hitters.
All right, Coach, you've had a couple really good wins from Saturday through tonight. I think 4 straight wins. Look like you got a lot of momentum. Solid game tonight. How do you see your team at this part of the season going into the second half of Shelby County League?
I'm real happy with their progress right now. We've had to make some adjustments, some things that we needed to work on, and of course we got a long way to go to get where we want to be. But the girls' confidence is high right now, and as a coach, that's one thing you can hope for. When their confidence is up, then they can really excel and show what they're capable of.
Well, thanks again, Coach, for taking time with us, and congratulations on a good win tonight.
Thank you.
Great report, TK. I want to ask you, since you were there, let's get you involved in the conversation. What makes the Redskins so tough right now?
Well, Craig, I think one, as I mentioned when I was talking to Coach, they're solid all the way around. Look like they got a lot of good chemistry, and they've got a variety of good hitters. They went to, as I said the other night, Brandwee and Higglefort. Some nights it's Turner. So they've got a lot of options, and they use them well.
TK, let's talk a little bit about the other team that's in first place in the league standings right now, the Raiders, our home team. Last week they won a lot of games. I'd have to question some of the competition they played last week, probably not the toughest part of their schedule. However, the upcoming week appears to be a lot tougher. Give me a little bit of update on what's ahead for the Raiders and what to look forward to.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Ken, it was a bit of a lull in the schedule, but things heat right back up. Botkins tomorrow night, then a big invitational at Minster over the weekend. Next week sees Versailles, Jackson Center, and Anna. So it's time for the girls to get focused and head into the second half of the schedule and the second half of the Shelby County League and see what they can make of the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight race throughout with those 4 teams up top battling for the top of the league standings. So, good consistent play and having a lot of options I can see is where the key is.
Yeah, great stuff, TK. Again, good report. I tell you what, if I'm not probably the biggest volleyball fan in the world, but I definitely want to check out some of the matches against Versailles and Jackson Center and Anakin. looks like some good battles ahead for the Raiders.
Sure does.
And speaking of volleyball, a couple weeks ago we tried to get Coach Wine on the show. Sounds like we got our phone problems that we had a couple weeks ago worked out, so we look forward to getting him on. Maybe we can get him on even next week.
We'll get him on one of the next shows coming up.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our girls volleyball talk. Ken, let's any other sports to talk about tonight?
Well, it's kind of a slow week in cross country. Actually, Minster had an very small invitational last night. There was also an invitational at Ohio Caverns, and I believe Columbus Grove had one, or actually that was last week. But the big Tour de Sur in Versailles is coming up this weekend. The Raiders, our home team, they take the weekend off. However, we will be sending our undefeated junior high program over there, so that should be interesting. And a big week in high school football Friday night. The big MAC game will be the Coldwater Cavaliers, ranked #1 in the state of Ohio, traveling to Minster, which will be a key MAC game Friday night.
I believe Marion might also have Versailles. I'm not sure who the home team is there, but that should be a nice battle as well.
That will be a good game.
All right, well, let's go back in the booth. You guys got anything in the wide world of sports?
Just a couple shout-outs tonight, Craig. Not so much sports, but being ladies' night, I want to give a shout-out to the love of my life, Foxy H. Keeps it all together for me. And also, I noticed on the Fish Report Telemetrics that we have someone that's tuning in from Berlin, Germany. So it's, I think it's morning there. So, hallo, guten Morgen, Deutschland.
That Heavy D, I tell you what, he's quite a showman back there in the studio, and he keeps us fresh.
Yeah, it keeps it interesting. All right. So, well, Ken, I've been thinking about that trivia question. Give it to me again. Give me my answers. I think I have it, but I need to hear it one more time.
When was the last year a MAC school did not win a state championship in any sport during that school year? When was the last year they did not win a state championship?
And my choices again are
2003, 1992, or 1981.
I'm going to go back to the early 90s. That's about when I was running around out of high school at the time, but I'm going to go with 92.
1992.
That's what I'm going to go with.
Craig, believe it or not, this week you are wrong.
2003.
Wrong.
1981?
1981, listeners, believe that or not, was the last time the MAC school did not win a state championship. And interesting, in 1981, the year they did not win it, the Minster girls track team were state runners-up.
Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
So, and then you would have to go all the way back to 1973. So since 1973, they've won a state championship every year. Amazing.
I guess that shouldn't surprise me.
30
right,
years.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So.
All right. Well, T-shirt winners, Ken. I know we still have some T-shirts to pass out. You got any nominations tonight?
Well, we got Morgan Doherty. We've got Coach Borchers. We've got Coach Rodgers. Those are just a few of the nominees.
Let's go back to the booth. Maybe those guys have an opinion. Apparently not. I say we go with Morgan Doherty. She broke a school record this week. I think she probably deserves as much as anybody.
Morgan Doherty.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
We got an extra tall there. She
was
as tall as I was doing that interview on Monday.
We can find something for Morgan.
All right. Well, Morgan Doherty, you're going to have a T-shirt coming out to you. And thanks for talking to us on Monday night. All right, Ken, we're going to close the show with one more story tonight, and it's about a club of kids in Russia that gets together every Wednesday night for something pretty special, don't they?
They do. The young elementary group that's been running every Wednesday night in Russia now for about the last 15 years or so. Great job by the parents that helped put this organization on. And, I can just remember, it seems like a few years ago when my daughter and some of the other key Russia cross-country kids today were actually at the Russia Park on Wednesday nights running around. And so it's for grades K through 6, and they have a lot of fun, and it's amazing how many kids are up there running on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, I think they have about 130 is what I was told. So
definitely helps build a strong program and good health, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, and well, in keeping with our girls' night theme, Heavy D has a special interview with a couple Raider girls, and they're going to tell us what this Russia Running Club is all about.
Ashley Scott and Kate Sherman at the Russia Park. It's the Wednesday night Russia Runners Club. And tonight is What is tonight, Ashley?
Buddy night.
Buddy night. Can you explain to me what buddy night is?
We do games and do fun exercises, and we run the dry pond.
Okay.
Like
And
that.
and what happens after you complete a task?
You get a sticker on your paper.
What paper? You got a paper there?
Yeah.
So you guys are almost done then? Got all your papers almost filled out?
Yep.
Super. All right, you got a few more to go yet, or are you done?
We're done. We're done.
So you getting some good exercise tonight at the park?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kate, what do you like most about buddy night?
Probably the three-legged race.
Three-legged lace. And are you guys the same age?
No. No.
No, so they pair you up older and younger?
Yeah.
And then you get to be better buddies about it?
Yeah.
All right, girls. Appreciate your time and have fun at Raider Buddy Night. Live from Russia Park, this is Heavy D reporting for the Fish Report.
For us tonight, folks, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
From Studio F in Russia, Ohio, for Ken Francis, Craig Fissinger, and TK, this is Heavy D, signing off, saying good night and good fishing.